A warning light appeared on my customer's dashboard last Tuesday. She immediately panicked, pulled over, and called a tow truck. Cost of the tow, $185. I looked at her car when it arrived. The warning light? Low washer fluid. That's right. She paid $185 to tow her perfectly functional Lexus because of a warning light that meant she needed to add $4 worth of washer fluid. This happens more than you'd think. Lexus dashboards have dozens of warning lights and symbols. Most owners recognize maybe 5 of them. The rest? Complete mystery. When an unfamiliar light appears, panic sets in. Is it safe to drive? Is my engine damaged? Do I need a tow truck? Should I go to the dealer immediately? The problem is that Lexus warning lights range from add washer fluid when convenient to stop driving immediately or destroy your engine. Without knowing which is which, owners make expensive mistakes. Some panic over minor issues and waste money on unnecessary towing. Others ignore serious warnings and cause catastrophic damage. I've spent 30 years diagnosing Lexus warning lights. I've seen owners ignore critical warnings that destroyed engines. I've also seen owners panic over lights that meant absolutely nothing serious. Today, I'm explaining every warning light you might see in your Lexus dashboard, what each one means, how serious it is, and what you should do when it appears. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly which lights require immediate action and which ones can wait until your next service appointment. Let's decode your dashboard. Red warning lights. Stop driving immediately. Red warning lights indicate serious problems that can damage your vehicle or compromise safety if you continue driving. When you see red, take it seriously. Pull over safely as soon as possible and address the problem before driving further. Brake system warning. Light. This looks like an exclamation point inside a circle, sometimes with brake text. What it means: your brake system has a problem that could affect stopping ability. This could be low brake fluid, failed brake system component, or parking brake still engaged. What to do? Check if your parking brake is fully released first. That's the most common cause. If the parking brake is released and the light stays on, check brake fluid level in the reservoir under the hood. If it's low, you have a leak somewhere in the brake system. If fluid is normal, you likely have an ABS sensor failure or brake system malfunction. Get your vehicle to a shop immediately, but drive very carefully. Your brakes might not work properly. Never ignore this light. Brake failure can cause serious accidents. Engine temperature warning. This shows a thermometer in wavy liquid, usually red. What it means: your engine is overheating. This can warp cylinder heads, blow head gaskets, and cause catastrophic engine damage within minutes. What to do? Pull over immediately and turn off the engine. Do not continue driving even short distances. Let the engine cool for at least 30 minutes before opening the hood. Check coolant level when cool. If it's low, you have a leak and need service immediately. If coolant level is normal, you might have a failed thermostat, water pump, or radiator fan. Tow the vehicle rather than driving it. Overheating damage can cost $4,000 to $8,000 to repair. Oil pressure. Warning. This looks like an old-fashioned oil can, usually red. What it means: oil pressure is critically low. Your engine isn't getting proper lubrication and will destroy itself within minutes of driving. What to do? Pull over immediately and shut off the engine. Check oil level with the dipstick. If it's low, add oil to the proper level. If oil level is correct and the light stays on, you have an oil pump failure, clogged oil pickup, or severe engine problem. Do not drive. Tow the vehicle to a shop. Running an engine with low oil pressure causes bearing damage, scored cylinder walls, and complete engine failure. A $30 tow prevents an $8,000 engine replacement. Charging system warning. This shows a battery symbol, usually red. What it means: your charging system isn't working. The alternator has failed or the battery isn't charging properly. What to do? You can drive a short distance to get somewhere safe, but your battery will die soon. Modern Lexus vehicles can run 30 to 60 minutes on battery alone before losing power. Turn off all unnecessary electrical accessories to extend battery life. Radio, AC, heated seats, all of it. Get to a shop or safe location quickly. Once the battery dies, the engine stops and you're stranded. This usually means alternator replacement at $600 to $900. Delaying repair risks getting stranded in traffic or dangerous locations. Airbag system warning. This shows SRS, airbag, or a person with a deployed airbag symbol. What it means, your supplemental restraint system has malfunctioned. The airbags might not deploy in an accident. What to do? You can drive the vehicle, but understand that airbags might not work if you crash. Get this diagnosed immediately. Common causes include sensor failures, faulty clock spring under the steering wheel, or seat occupancy sensor problems. Repair costs vary from $200 for sensor replacement to $1,500 plus for more complex issues, but your safety is worth the cost. Yellow/amber warning lights. Address: soon. Yellow or amber lights indicate problems that need attention but aren't immediately dangerous. You can usually drive to a shop, but don't ignore them for weeks. Check engine light. This shows check engine or an engine outline symbol. What it means, the engine management system detected a problem. This could be anything from a loose gas cap to serious engine damage. What to do? If the light is steady, not flashing, you can drive normally but get it diagnosed within a few days. If the light is flashing, the engine is misfiring severely. Stop driving immediately to prevent catalytic converter damage. Misfires send unburned fuel into the catalytic converter, creating extreme heat that can melt the internal honeycomb structure. A melted catalytic converter costs $1,500 to $2,500 to replace. Get the codes read at an auto parts store for free, or use a $30 OBD2 scanner. This tells you what triggered the light. Write down the code numbers. They start with P, B, C, or U, followed by 4 digits. Common causes include oxygen sensor failures, $200 to $400, mass airflow sensor problems, $150 to $300, evaporative emissions leaks from loose gas cap, free to fix, or spark plug misfires, $200 to $400 for all plugs. Here's an important tip. If the light comes on right after fueling, your gas cap might not be tight. Tighten it until you hear 3 clicks. Drive for a day or two and the light often clears itself. Don't ignore this light. Minor problems become major repairs if neglected. An oxygen sensor failure ignored for months can damage your catalytic converter, turning a $300 repair into a $2,000 problem. Tire pressure. Monitoring system, TPMS. This shows an exclamation point inside a tire cross-section. What it means, one or more tires is significantly underinflated, usually by 25% or more. What to do? Check all tire pressures, including the spare. Inflate to the pressure listed on your driver's door jamb sticker, not the tire sidewall. If all tires are properly inflated and the light stays on, you might have a faulty TPMS sensor. These fail after 5 to 7 years and cost $50 to $80 each to replace. Driving on underinflated tires causes poor handling, reduced fuel economy, and accelerated tire wear. Fix it within a day or two. VSC/traction control warning. This shows VSC, track, or a car with skid marks. What it means, the vehicle stability control or traction control system has detected a problem. What to do? If this appears with the check engine light, an engine problem is affecting these systems. Address the check engine light, and these lights will likely turn off. If it appears alone, you might have a wheel speed sensor failure, steering angle sensor issue, or brake system problem. You can drive without these systems, but stability control won't intervene if you lose traction. Drive more carefully and get it diagnosed soon. ABS warning light. This shows ABS text or an anti-lock brake symbol. What it means, the anti-lock brake system has malfunctioned. Regular brakes still work, but ABS won't prevent wheel lockup during hard braking. What to do? Your brakes still function normally for regular stopping, but in emergency braking situations, wheels might lock and you could lose steering control. Drive cautiously and get it diagnosed within a few days. Common causes are wheel speed sensor failures, $150 to $250 per sensor, or ABS module problems, $800 to $1,500. Low fuel warning. This shows a gas pump symbol, sometimes with an arrow. What it means? You're running low on fuel, usually 2 to 3 gallons remaining. What to do? Fill up at your next opportunity. The arrow next to the symbol shows which side your fuel door is on. Running extremely low on fuel can damage the fuel pump by exposing it to air. Keep at least 1/4 tank in your Lexus for optimal fuel pump longevity. Blue and green indicator lights. Information only. Blue and green lights are informational. They tell you a system is active but don't indicate problems. High beam indicator, blue. This shows a headlight with horizontal lines, colored blue. What it means? Your high beam headlights are on. What to do? Nothing, unless you're approaching other vehicles. Dim your high beams for oncoming traffic and vehicles you're following. Cruise control indicator, green. This shows cruise, or a speedometer symbol, colored green. What it means? Cruise control is active and controlling your speed. What to do? Nothing. Press the brake or cancel button to deactivate when needed. Eco mode indicator, green. This shows eco, or a leaf symbol, colored green. What it means? Eco driving mode is active, limiting throttle response and transmission shift points to maximize fuel economy. What to do? Nothing. This is the mode you selected. Press the EQ button again to exit if you want more responsive performance. Hybrid specific warning lights. If you drive a hybrid Lexus, these additional lights are important. Hybrid system warning, a red triangle. This shows a red triangle with an exclamation point, sometimes with hybrid system text. What it means? The hybrid system has a serious malfunction. This could be hybrid battery failure, inverter problems, or system overheating. What to do? Pull over safely. If the car is in reduced power mode, you can limp to a safe location but minimize driving. Hybrid system repairs can be expensive, $2,000 to $8,000 depending on the problem. Get it diagnosed immediately. Ready indicator, green. This shows ready in green text. What it means? The hybrid system is ready to drive. This is normal and appears every time you start the vehicle. What to do? Nothing. This confirms your Lexus is ready to drive normally. Other important warning lights. Malfunction indicator lamp. This is another check engine light variation, sometimes amber or orange. Same meaning and action as the check engine light described earlier. Master warning light. This shows a triangle with an exclamation point, usually amber or red. What it means? A warning message is displayed on your multi-information screen. Check the screen for details. What to do? Read the message on your display. It will explain which system has a problem and what action to take. Door ajar. Warning. This shows an open door symbol. What it means? A door, trunk, or hood isn't fully closed. What to do? Check all doors, the trunk, and hood. Ensure everything is completely closed and latched. If the light stays on, a door sensor might have failed. Seatbelt. Warning. This shows a person with a seatbelt. What it means? The driver or a passenger isn't buckled. What to do? Ensure everyone is wearing seatbelts. The chime and light will stop once all occupied seats have belts fastened. Low washer fluid. This shows a windshield with spray, sometimes just a wavy line. What it means? Windshield washer fluid is low. What to do? Add washer fluid at your next opportunity. This is the least urgent warning light and the one that causes the most unnecessary panic. When multiple lights appear. Sometimes several warning lights appear simultaneously. This usually indicates one problem triggering multiple systems. For example, a failed wheel speed sensor can trigger ABS, VSC, and traction control lights all at once. Fixing the sensor solves all 3 warnings. Similarly, engine problems often trigger check engine (VSC) and traction control lights together. Address the check engine light first, and the others usually clear. Don't panic when multiple lights appear. Get proper diagnosis to identify the root cause, rather than assuming you have multiple separate problems. The most expensive mistakes. Over 30 years, I've seen owners make 2 critical mistakes with warning lights. First, ignoring red warning lights, continuing to drive with low oil pressure, overheating, or brake system warnings causes catastrophic damage. A $30 tow prevents $8,000 in repairs. Second, panicking over amber or green lights. Towing your car because of low washer fluid wastes money. Not every light is an emergency. Learn which lights require immediate action and which ones can wait. This knowledge prevents both types of mistakes. What you should do today. Save this video in your favorites. When a warning light appears, come back and find out what it means before making decisions. Buy a basic OBD2 scanner for $30. When your check engine light appears, scan the codes yourself before driving to a shop. You'll know if it's serious or minor. Read your owner's manual section on warning lights. It has illustrations and explanations specific to your model year. Keep emergency numbers saved, roadside assistance, your preferred shop, and a towing service. When serious warnings appear, you need help quickly. Most importantly, don't ignore warning lights. They exist for a reason. Small problems caught early cost hundreds. Same problems ignored cost thousands. Your Lexus is communicating with you through these lights. Learn the language and you'll prevent expensive disasters while avoiding unnecessary panic. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.